All right, I hope those first two videos on how to best use your Align Purpose Pad will help you out to really get clarity on what your intention is, to get focused on what you would like to achieve, and to really kind of get clear on who you are. Now, the next part, well, the last part. Okay, let me back up just one sec. So I have a whole bunch of other video training that you'll find on this YouTube station, this YouTube channel, where I had another planner that was more elaborate, and it goes more into depth on each of these sections. It's a planner that's no longer, it's been discontinued. I'm reworking it. Anyway, it's not available right now. And so but the training is still there. So if you want to really learn how to use each of these sections and how to use other things that will help you become deliberate and intentional about your life, you might want to check those out. So just want to let you know that those resources are there and available for you. Okay, now this last video, I'm going to talk to you really about how to get in alignment. And this is probably what you're missing in life. If you think about what's going on right now in your life, if you are feeling discontent, if you are feeling sick, the amazing thing about disease is it's dis-ease. It's not being in alignment. There are things that we can do when we are truly in alignment with who we are and what we're about that actually gets rid of a lot of the problems that we're facing, whether it's relationship problems, whether it's money problems, whether it is health issues. You know, a lot of these things can be cleared up when we are in alignment. And I think kind of a wonderful thing that happens to us is when we're feeling discontent, when we're feeling sick, when we're feeling anxious, when we're feeling depressed and discouraged. These are wonderful things for us because it lets us know something is wrong, something is not right, and we can actually get clarity and get in alignment with, you know, once you know that there's a problem, you can start to solve it. You know, when you have a heart attack, you don't feel it at your heart. A lot of times it's your arm or your leg or something like that. So just because you're feeling pain, it doesn't necessarily tell you where the problem is. So when you're feeling these things in your life, just recognize that it is your body, your soul, letting you know something is not quite in alignment. And it gives you something to work on, something to focus on so that you can actually do that. Okay, so this last video on the Purpose Pad is it will help you focus on what your life priorities are. This is where you get truly in alignment with what you want to accomplish. Again, if you've researched the Harvard Progress Principle, the people that were happiest, most successful, were people that made consistent progress in something meaningful, in meaningful work. And the cool thing is you get to decide what's meaningful to you. So right here, okay, so I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. Tell me if this sounds familiar to you. If you were an entrepreneur, maybe you felt the same way. You know, you get up super early in the morning, you work all the way through, maybe you work through lunch. You don't even take a lunch. You work up through dinner, and it's time to come to dinner, and your wife has cooked you this great meal, but you've got the cell phone out in front of you, and if anybody calls you or texts you, boom, you're in the other room answering that and dealing with that. It's kind of this horrible life, right? But if anybody asked you, what is your top priority? Would you say your family? I would. I would always say, yeah, they're my top priority, but I didn't do the things that actually proved that they were top priorities. And so I was out of alignment with myself. Like I knew I was lying to myself. My family knew I was lying to them, and I was totally incongruent with what I believed, what I wanted to be true, and my daily actions. So this simple little habit, this simple little daily routine of figuring out what your top 3 life priorities are, and then coming up with an activity to actually prove that they are your top priorities, that is this amazing thing. So, you know, like for me, you know, I'll put my top life priority is God. Next I will put family. And then next I'll put personal. Having a hard time writing and talking at the same time, but personal development, you know, the things that I'd like to improve. So, and I can change those around each day. You totally have the freedom to put whatever you want in there. Isn't that fun? Okay, so, under God, maybe I'm going to say I'm going to read scriptures. For my family, what can I do today? What is a specific action item that I can do today to prove that they are my top priority? It's amazing. I mean, you can do anything. You can buy flowers for your wife. You can send texts to your kids. You can clean the house. You can fix a toy that is broken. You can do anything that, even if it's a small thing, you are making progress in the things that are most meaningful to you. Does that make sense? It's exciting, huh? Suddenly, now you are living congruent with who you are. I'll share just a quick story, a story I love to share. I used to be so frustrated because I felt like I never had enough time. And I was the victim of, of my schedule and my lack of success. Well, I was working day and night with these startups, working to get those launched and working really hard. And whenever something happened that would throw me from my day, it really threw me. Well, my daughter, who had graduated from college and was living way far away, like in kind of an hour and 20 minutes away, she called and she said, "Dad, there's a couch that's available for me in this other town. Can you get it to me? But I need to have it picked up and delivered tonight." Well, suddenly, that is totally not planned. That was not in my day at all. And now I have to go borrow a truck because I don't have a truck. And then I have to go to this other town to pick up this big couch. And then I have to go and deliver it. Anyway, it's this huge, long process. The whole thing ended up taking me 5 hours. And that would have totally derailed me before. It would have thrown me and made me really angry and frustrated. But it didn't. And it didn't because I had been training myself each day that what are my top priorities? Well, my family is one of my top priorities. And suddenly I had a way to prove it to my daughter, a way to prove it to me. And it took 5 hours, sure, but I was being true to who I really was, who I really am. Isn't that amazing? So that is kind of how you can use the principles in this purpose pad to get perfectly in alignment with who you want to be and what you're about. Yeah, William Shakespeare was right. To thine own self be true. The more you find clarity on who you truly are inside, in your core beliefs, your core values, and then what you say and what you do matches that, then you have alignment and then you have peace. I hope you love your purpose pad. I hope you stay with me, and when I have kind of the full planner system designed and ready to go, I hope that you get that too, because it has weekly activities to do. It has this amazing activity to do at night to turn tasks over to your subconscious mind. Anyway, it's really amazing. It's not available yet, but until then, I have this purpose pad, and I hope you super enjoy that. So, and also, if you don't have the Align Purpose Pad, check the show notes. If it is still available for free, I will have a link down there, and you can get that. Just pay for the shipping. So anywhere in the world you want that. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you find out who you truly are. I hope that you recognize that you have greatness within you, that you have divine DNA, and that unlocking that just takes a little bit of clarity and it takes consistent action. And it's something I know you can do.